to pick up a lot of this scrap wood that was from a project that they were throwing away, and I was able to put it through a planer and clean these babies up. And now what I want to do is make a cutting board. Now you have your standard cutting board, you know, that looks like this, but I want to go a little bit different and make it a charcuterie board, you know, a little bit bigger and a little bit larger, and can fit a lot more on here and have a lot of good parties. So let's go in the shop. Let me show you how we did this. Let's get it going. So the one thing we want to do is start by picking out the wood, what we're going to need and how we're going to use it. So we want to get our general pattern flowing here and figure out what we got. Now what I want to do is take these pieces and I'm going to run it through the planer here just so I can rip the current finish off and square them up and make them nice and square so that when we glue them together they're nice and tight. So now that we got our basic idea, basic shape, let's plane them. You can see how it gives you a nice smooth finish. It pulls all this finish off and then they'll be able to glue together real tight and they'll all be squared off and even. So let's finish up the project. Alright, we just did all four sides and they all look pretty smooth. So they're going to be easy to glue together and start putting our pattern together. And so let's take it inside, we'll glue it and clamp it and let it set for 24 hours. Just a quick trim on some of the pieces. Okay, we're going to slowly start sticking them together, but we only got one side glued, so we're going to have to work it. So we're going to go like that. Now we can start clamping them together. We'll start at the end and we'll just put it snug. Slight tap so I know they'll be even on top. And maybe tighten it up and let's put the second clamp on. We don't want to get it to bow, so we want to just put it snug at first until we get them all on. Now that we have the clamps semi-snug, we're going to start to tighten them up now that we have a pretty good square. So we're going to slowly tighten them up and you will see the glue kind of pop up. Now you don't want to tighten them so tight that you waste all the glue or you clamp all the glue out of there. So just take that and kind of wipe that up. Then we'll slowly bring this one together. And you can see it tightening up and you'll see how the glue's coming out. So you're hoping the glue spreads and you'll stay on there. If you feel you might have some gaps, you could take a little bit of sawdust, work the sawdust in, and then just add a pinch of glue and then work the glue in. And that'll fill that up really nice. Alright, we're going to let this set for 24 hours and then we'll come back and see how we do. But we look pretty even here. So we'll have to do a little sanding, but that's okay. Let's come back in 24 hours. Looking at our board, it looks like we might have some uneven individual boards and maybe a little bow to the whole thing. Probably from tightening up those clamps too tight. So we're going to run both sides through the planer. This is a little bit too big of a job for just the sander. So we're going to run it through the planer both sides several times so we can have a nice, level, even board. Now that we're done, our final step is to put a coat of stain on it. So I have some of this butcher block stain, which is food safe, and we're probably going to put 3 coats on this. And what we want to do is put a coat on it, take a little sandpaper, sand the high points off, put a second coat on, and do that 3 times. But now we're finished. We have our finished board. You could get fancy if you wanted to. You could put handles on it if you want to. You could take a router round the edges, or you could put a fancy pattern in the middle. It all depends what you want to do. Your project, it all depends how in-depth you want to get. Again, they make great gifts. They're fun to give away. People really enjoy them. Hey, hope you learned something from this video. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Deininger with another backyard project. Let's go have some fun in the shop.